Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to review the content created by someone who has become very successful on YouTube. What happened was I was scrolling through Instagram one day and a video popped up and I thought, that person looks really familiar. So I took a closer look and it turns out that the person I found on Instagram is the same person who has become wildly successful on YouTube. This person has an Instagram page called Astar Zaban Official. Now, I'm sorry, I don't speak much Persian, and so I'm sure I've butchered that name. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to review the content that has been posted on this Instagram page, in which this creator is presenting himself as an English language expert, and he is appealing to his Persian or Iranian audience. Now, this creator goes by the name POC or POC English on YouTube, and a number of native English speakers have critiqued the work of this creator. I'm going to put a few pictures here, and these are people that have found many mistakes in the English language content that this person publishes on YouTube. It seems that this creator, who goes by the English name Maddie, is presenting himself as a knowledgeable expert on American English and American pronunciation. And he seems to present himself as someone who has either maybe lived in the States or someone who lives in Italy or is Italian. In a way, he seems to be hiding the fact that he is Iranian. So what I find so fascinating is that if you look at his YouTube, there's no reference to his Persian Instagram page. And if we look at his Persian Instagram page, there's absolutely no reference to his successful YouTube channel. So it seems that he's presenting himself in two ways. His first persona is his Persian persona, and he's appealing to his Iranian audience. And then his second persona is this person who is knowledgeable in American English. He's either an American or he is someone who was born and raised in Italy. What's interesting is these personas are very distinct. He's really trying to appeal to two separate audiences. Now, these may seem like trivial concerns, but persona is important. And the issue I have with this is that viewers are being deceived. So I'm going to put some pictures up here of comments. And it's just so shocking that every single day people are watching YouTube videos and they're thinking that creators are native English speakers. Now, it's totally fine to have an accent and to be a non-native English teacher and speaker. But the problem is, if you are presenting yourself as a native English speaker, you are trying to present yourself as knowledgeable and someone who does not make mistakes. If we even look at this creator's YouTube channel name, POC English, which to him stands for piece of cake English, something that is very easy, something that's a piece of cake is very easy. A native English speaker would instantly think of POC standing for person of color English. So right off the bat, a native English speaker would think, person of color English. What does that mean exactly? Now, other creators on YouTube have already pointed out some of the awkward things that this creator says and things that only native English speakers would find unusual. I'll put a clip to a video here, and you'll see how this creator keeps saying, I'm going to teach you guys how you can sound like a native.
To speak with a very beautiful American accent, improve your pronunciation, and talk like a native American, then watch this video to the very end.
So someone living in Canada or the United States would instantly think of Native American. So to say you want to sound like a native means that you want to sound like a Native American, not a native English speaker. These are two small details that show his lack of knowledge about American culture. So with that being said, I'm going to take a look at his Instagram page. As I've said, other creators have focused on his YouTube content. My video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to look at his Instagram page and specifically his Persian Instagram page, Asatir Zaban Official. I'm going to look at 4 reels, and we're going to talk about the quality of the English language content that is being presented. Now, before we jump in and take a look at the 4 reels, let's take a look at his Instagram page. So if I hit translate, it says Mehdi Arkak. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm sure I did. But it says very boastfully, International IELTS Teacher, IELTS 9. This creator has posted many times and has put this all over his YouTube channel and his Instagram page that he scored 9 on IELTS. He also pinned his IELTS certificate on his Instagram page. Now, for those of us working in education, and for those of you guys who are studying for your IELTS exam, or you've already taken your IELTS exam a few times, you know how difficult it is to score a 9 on IELTS. Now, in order to get a 9 on IELTS, you need to meet all of these criteria. You need to not only have a C2 level of English, which is like a native English speaker, you need to perform perfectly on the exam. And that means you have to avoid making common mistakes. What's interesting is in the 4 reels I'm going to show you guys, he makes mistakes that I think, in my humble opinion, show or demonstrate that he is incapable of getting a 9 on IELTS. These are videos that he has pre-planned, he has filmed, and he has edited. And if he truly got a 9 on IELTS, he would be able to find these mistakes and fix them before posting the content. Anyone who has taken the IELTS exam knows that it's a high-stress situation. So if he's unable to find his mistakes when he's posting videos, he surely cannot score a 9 on IELTS. Now, I'd like to say here that this is not a personal attack against this creator. I don't know this person personally. I think it is extremely wrong to deceive your audience and to present yourself in a certain way. And so I really have an issue with someone constantly showing that they got a 9 on IELTS while making very elementary mistakes. I think this is a problem because creators like this are selling the idea and the hope that if you take my course, if you learn from my content, you also can get a 9 on IELTS. This is an extremely high score, and I just think it is extremely deceptive. With that being said, let's take a look at the 4 videos. Let's go ahead and watch the first reel.
I am stuffed. Great food. What do we do with the leftover? We can ask them to wrap it. Good idea. And let's ask for the check. Let me pay. I'll pay by card. No way. It's on me. I'll pay with cash.
So did you guys find the mistakes? So the creator says, what should we do with the leftover? That is incorrect. We need to say, what should we do with the leftovers? We always make it plural. We just ate a meal, there's some food left, so we say, what should we do with the leftovers? We wouldn't make it singular here. The creator then says, we can ask them to wrap it. So here we have an issue with the phrasal verb. This is the wrong phrasal verb. Instead of saying, we can ask them to wrap it, we need to say, we can ask them to wrap it up. Wrap it up. So you're at a restaurant and you don't want to eat all of the food. You can ask the server, could you wrap it up for me? I want to take it home. So far, this creator is making mistakes that a native English speaker would notice right away. So for him to say he got a 9 on IELTS, it makes me very suspicious. Let's go ahead and watch the second reel.
Hi, I bought this yesterday and it's broken. Oh no, it's not broken. You have to assemble it. Assemble? Yes, put the parts together. Oh no, I don't want this. Take this, give me another. Oh, you would like to exchange it, but they all come disassembled. Then give me my money back. Ah, you want a refund? Okay, can I see the receipt? Oh, no. I'm afraid we can't do anything without the receipt. Oh yeah? Okay.
Okay, so did you guys notice the mistakes here? So as you can probably remember, in order to get a 9 on IELTS, you need to have perfect pronunciation. Did you guys notice which words were pronounced incorrectly? This creator has put the words in red that he really wants to emphasize and teach his viewers. So he says, oh, you'd like to exchange it. Exchange it. He should have said, you'd like to exchange it. You'd like to exchange it. So the correct pronunciation would be exchange, not exchange. He has put emphasis on the first syllable, exchange it. But we need to put emphasis on the second syllable, exchange it.
You and your partner will each will exchange a gift. One will start, then the other will follow.
He says, I'm afraid we can't do anything without the receipt. It's hard for me to actually mimic how he pronounces this because I think that his Persian accent has influenced how he says receipt. But the problem here is that he is not pronouncing it correctly. You need to say receipt. I'm afraid we can't do anything without the receipt. He seems to say receipt. We can't do anything without the receipt. If you were to learn this word from this reel and you say in real life, I have the receipt, it would be wrong. You have to say receipt. I don't have the receipt. I have the receipt.
And when you buy them, consider scanning your grocery receipt with the
wallet, either to like put a receipt away or take out a credit card.
They're not on that receipt.
Two issues here with pronunciation. A 9 on IELTS, you can't get a 9 on IELTS if you mispronounce these words. Let's go ahead and watch the third reel.
Hey bro, sup? You look young. Which year were you born? I was born in 2005. Which year were you born? I was born in 1919? Your year begins with 19? Dude, you're old.
So this type of content is very fun to watch, and as you guys can probably see, the IELTS certificate is strategically placed in the background. Let's talk about the quality of the English language content. So in this reel, we have issues with the grammar. As you know, in order to get a 9 on IELTS, you need to have correct grammar. So the creator says, which year were you born? Which year were you born? This is incorrect. We can either say, what year were you born in? Or we can use the more common question, when were you born? Why not just teach the more common question, when were you born? So you don't need to use this really awkward question form, which year were you born? Instead of which, we need to say what, and we need to use a preposition at the end. We have to say, what year were you born in? Or we just use the more common form that all native English speakers would use, which is, when were you born? Now, some of you might think that I'm being a little bit picky or I'm being a little bit harsh, but I want to emphasize the fact that even though this type of phrasing can help ESL speakers to get their point across, and surely they can communicate with other people if they use this phrasing, the fact is we should all be striving to use the most appropriate phrasing possible. So even though this type of phrasing is understandable, it is unnatural. It is not natural spoken English. Let's keep going and watch the fourth and final reel.
Hi, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a charger for my phone, but not everything. See, I have the wire. I just need you mean the charging brick? Yes, the charging brick. Here you go. Cool. How much is it? That'll be $10. Okay, here you are. Thank you.
Okay, so this reel is teaching vocabulary. And as you guys can see, he has placed his IELTS certificate strategically in the background as a way to show that he is a reputable source of English information. Prior to watching this video, I had never heard of charging brick. I've never heard of charging brick before. We would probably just call it a power adapter. So I'm going to put a couple pictures here on the screen and show you guys from the official Apple website what this item is called. If you were to say charging brick, it would be very, very confusing. So I have posted another video by another non-native English speaker and content creator, and I've discussed what is problematic about some of these reels in which a creator is teaching some word, but no one actually uses that word. So in this video, the creator taught the vocabulary clothes horse. But as I explained in my video, it's more common to say drying rack. We see the same issue here. If you were to say charging brick, it would be very, very uncommon. So we would just say power adapter. So when someone watches a reel like this, they think that they're getting information that will be helpful if they go to America. But the problem is if you say clothes horse or you say charging brick, it's going to be a problem. These are not common words. So this is not the correct vocabulary. These are classic examples of people that do not have the real life experience of North American culture, so they can't teach the correct vocabulary. So that's it, you guys. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please turn on notifications so that you can get notified about my new videos. I post a video every single week, so I'm very happy to see you guys tune in every week and watch my content and leave comments. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for your support. Happy learning, and I'll see you guys next week.